I wanted to report to you what William Barclay has to say about this gospel. William Barclay, a great Scottish interpreter of the Holy Scriptures. Anyway, he points out that Mary Magdalene was the first one to see the risen Christ. Now, they had seen the empty tomb, and she had gone back and told Peter and John about the empty tomb. And Peter and John ran there, and the tomb was empty, in fact. Mary must have come back, Mary Magdalene, come back to the tomb, weeping, very sorrowful that Jesus' body has been taken away, very upset by that. What happened to his body? And she comes back, and she's weeping, and weeping by the side of the tomb, and then she looks in, and she sees the two angels there. And the angels ask her why she's weeping, and she says, because they took his body away. And then they say, whom are you looking for? No, then she sees, okay, she says to the angels, they have taken my Lord. I don't know where they've laid him. So she's telling them why she's weeping. And then she turned around, looking outside the tomb again, and sees someone. She thought it was the gardener. She did not recognize Jesus at first. But Jesus says to her, woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you looking for? And she says, if you took him away, tell me where you took him. And then he says her name, Mary, and she recognizes him. And William Barclay asked the question, why did Mary not recognize Jesus at first? And he gives two reasons, he says, and they apply to us too. He says she didn't recognize him because of her tears. She couldn't see as clearly because her eyes were filled with tears because the body of Jesus, her beloved, had been taken away. That was one reason. She couldn't see through her tears. The other reason why she didn't recognize Jesus right away when he spoke to her from behind was she wasn't facing in the right direction, he says. She was still looking into the tomb. And he says that we do that sometimes too, when we are struck with sorrow, for example, at the loss of a loved one. Our sorrow is very great, and we forget the presence of Jesus. We don't recognize that he's still there, that he's still with us, because we're facing in the wrong direction, he says. We're facing in the direction of the tomb. We're looking at the grave. Instead of facing toward heaven, where our beloved has gone, we're facing the tomb, and we don't recognize Jesus. A beautiful thought that flows from the fact that Jesus was in the tomb, but is there no longer. He did die, but is risen and lives forever, never to die again. And he calls us to one day to join him in heaven, where there will be no more death and no more tears. So let us console ourselves with the Easter message. Please stand now.